The wait is finally over. The Immortals are back. Charlize Theron is back. And Netflix is bringing the action straight to your screen. That's right. The Old Guard 2 is officially here. So grab your popcorn, dim the lights, and prepare for a cinematic return that's been 5 years in the making. If you're a fan of action, betrayal, and immortal warriors with serious grudges, this one's about to take over your watch list. Before we break it down, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a beat in entertainment. The Old Guard 2 drops Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025, exclusively on Netflix. No theaters, no digital rentals, no waiting. Just press play and dive into the next chapter of the Immortal Saga. Directed by Victoria Mahoney, who takes the reins from Gina Prince Bythewood, this sequel promises even more grit, more emotion, and a deadly new villain that ups the stakes for everyone involved. And yes, Charlize Theron returns as Andy. But here's the twist. Andy is no longer immortal. That's right. The leader of the world's most badass undead crew is now vulnerable, and that changes everything. Set years after the events of the first film, the sequel follows Andy and her immortal team, Niall, Joe, and Nikki, played by Kiki Lane, Marwan Kenzari, and Luca Marinelli, as they grapple with a devastating new threat. The danger? Quinn, played by Veronica Ngo, has escaped her watery grave. For those who remember, Quinn was left trapped in an iron coffin at the bottom of the sea. Now she's out, she's furious, and she's looking for blood. But she's not the only one making waves. Enter Discord, played by newcomer Theron, billed as the first ever immortal. Not just powerful, but unpredictable. Discord's arrival shakes the foundations of the ancient warrior society, forcing alliances to shift and betrayals to bubble to the surface. Helping the crew this time around is the always intense James Copley, played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, reprising his role from the first film. But there's also a new face joining the fray, Tua, portrayed by Henry Golding. Smooth, skilled, and mysterious, Tua's addition to the team adds both tension and intrigue as the group gears up for one of their deadliest missions yet. What sets the Old Guard 2 apart isn't just the action, though there's plenty of that, with bone-crunching fight choreography and globe-trotting set pieces that put blockbuster franchises to shame. It's the emotion, the history, and the raw humanity of warriors who've lived for centuries and lost more than most of us can imagine. Andy's struggle with mortality adds a new layer of vulnerability to the character, forcing her to reevaluate her leadership, her loyalty, and her legacy. The stakes are higher, the battles are bloodier, and the betrayals hit deeper. But through it all, this squad, once scattered across the ages, remains united by one unshakable purpose: to protect humanity from the shadows, no matter the cost. So, when can you start watching? The Old Guard 2 will officially begin streaming on Netflix, starting at 12 a.m. Pacific Time on Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. That's 3 a.m. Eastern, 2 a.m. Central, and 8 a.m. British Summer Time. So if you're on the West Coast, consider it a late-night movie premiere. If you're on the East Coast, maybe set that alarm, or pull an all-nighter. For fans overseas, it's a perfect way to kick off the morning with some bone-shattering action. As for where you can watch, this is a Netflix exclusive. That means you won't find it on Amazon Prime, Hulu, Apple TV Plus, or any other streaming platform. No digital rentals or DVD releases either. If you want to see Andy and the squad back in action, you'll need an active Netflix subscription. Not a subscriber yet? Netflix currently offers 3 plans. Standard with ads, starting at $7.99 a month, standard without ads at $15.49, and the premium tier at $24.99 for ultra-high definition and up to 4 screens at once. Just pick your plan, log in, and you're ready to go. Having trouble finding the movie at launch? Don't panic. If The Old Guard 2 doesn't show up right away in your Netflix library at midnight, try refreshing your homepage or log out and back in. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for new titles to populate across all regions. This movie is more than just a sequel. It's a test of loyalty, a story of revenge, and a declaration that the Old Guard isn't done fighting. With Victoria Mahoney behind the camera and Greg Rucka's source material pushing the narrative into bolder, darker territory, The Old Guard 2 is set to reignite the franchise with explosive energy. Expect flashbacks. Expect new lore. Expect emotional gut punches wrapped in sword fights, shootouts, and the kind of dialogue that will stick with you long after the credits roll. The chemistry between Andy and Niall gets a spotlight, while Joe and Nikki continue to serve couple goals with a side of battlefield badassery.